Doesn't it feel so good to just move in the morning, just to like get your bones moving like that?
Yes, it does. Those were great remixes too. Well,
Are
the
they
second one.
great?
I mean, the
Yeah,
first
the
one I think was
jamming,
the original.
right?
It was great. I love the Fugees.
Oh my God, I was like, let me bring some old school in. And there's actually what I actually had it on cue for a different song, but Jammin' came up, so I was like, I'm going with it because I like this. But I'm
Nice.
gonna play it on Monday. I have a little surprise song on Monday that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that was the best music. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, glad I hit that. And you guys feel free to send me songs. I know, Tersha, you sent me songs before, but I don't remember. I don't think I understood that they were for the morning, and I don't know if I listened to them. So just go ahead and send those again, and I'll add them to the queue. Yay, good morning, Ali B. Good morning, Tersha. Good morning, Glenna. And Nova's with us here today. Yay. Hi, Nova. Good morning. Welcome back.
Morning.
Yes. I would love to hear a little bit about your adventures. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, Mitch. Good morning, Felicia. So glad to see all of you. So, Nova, where have you been? What you been doing? Welcome back.
Thank you. I have been in Mexico and studying with some of my shamanic teachers out there. I've been connecting with a women's retreat center who it's all women owned and run, and all the shamans who serve there are women. And just been learning a lot about divine partnership and seeing these beautiful husbands, supporting them and working the land and supporting their women to shine. And it's been super inspiring, really, really healing. I worked with a tobacco purge where you drink a tobacco tea, and that was so healing. It healed a lot of ancestral karma that I felt was coming through nightmares that I've had my entire life. I've had nightmares.
Wow.
And then overnight, it was just completely gone. And I had this huge inner child healing. It was very, very deep. I felt like I brought my inner child back online. And then we went into the ayahuasca ceremonies, and that was very powerful. So I just felt so inspired by the feminine energy that was there. It was very multicultural. There were some of us from America, there were men from Argentina, there were women from Mexico, and we all just came together and had this very healing ceremony where it was beyond language and beyond words. And so of course, I was sharing Purium out there. Even before we got to the retreat center, we were in the car and people were talking about things about, I need a job that's more flexible and I want to go do these retreats all the time. The girl organizers were saying, they just want to live their life on the road and do these retreats. And I was like, well, this is my favorite thing that I've brought into my life. And was joking with them about how it was a Friday. I was like, I looked in my bank account to, get stuff ready for this retreat, and I had more money than I thought I would. I love when that happens. And they're like, whoa, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And one of the girls was talking about how she just left her job because she was traveling too much because she wants to live this lifestyle. And so I was just sharing with them about, for me, Purium is the perfect, what they call a dieta. It's like a diet that you're preparing to go into the psychedelic work, or the ones medicines I work with are non-psychedelic, but into the shamanic work of these really deep medicines like kombu and ayahuasca and things like that, tobacco. And how a lot of times when people go to do this work, they're told, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, but they don't know what to eat. So this is just mailed to their house, super simple, really easy, and gives them a plan. And so I think that's a huge benefit of what we have, is people are just information overload, lost about how to make food choices. And so I really sell the value of the convenience of what we have, the ease of use, the simplicity. Every modern person who wants to be healthy, but they're living this busy modern lifestyle, this is healthy fast food. This is, shake it up. You don't have to stop at the gas station. You don't have to stop at the fast food restaurant. If you are a traveler, or you like to live your life fast paced or on the road, or just have convenience, there's so much that we offer for being the healthiest option that you can have on the go with you in the airport, in the airplane, when you're dehydrated. I just make it everywhere. I make it like every leg of my trip when I'm traveling, because it's just so beneficial that way. So that was how I brought Purium into that, and just was so inspired to come back and join back in with all of you and have this daily container. Thank you so much for holding that consistency, you know, for us to be able to anchor in with.
You're so welcome. It's really, really, really wonderful to hear how deep you went and how healing it was to be with all these women in this ceremony, and that you're also offering these people who want to live this lifestyle on the road a way to earn an income while living like that, as well as something that's so convenient. It makes it so easy for them to follow the dieta that's required before going into these ceremonies. And I feel like we have a lot to learn from you in terms of how you package what you offer. And so would you share a little bit about how you do combo and like what that is, and like how you offer this together? Because I feel like that's a piece that a lot of people who have other things going on that want to sort of package it together, I think could learn from you that way. Because I think that people, even as practitioners, even if they're like, you know, maybe people who are like offering retreats, like sometimes we have people on the calls who offer retreats once a year or twice a year, and then there's some people who do group cleanses, and it's like, how can they weave this in? And so I think that you've really found a way to comfortably package this together with what you offer.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, I've learned so much from you throughout the years. Oh my goodness, you know, you and Stephanie were, and Sarah were my original inspiration to just see people really living the lifestyle. I feel like that's the first piece of it, is when your audience really sees you living the lifestyle and embodying the values. That I think is huge. And then when it comes to packaging, you know, I do quite the mix. I have felt pretty scattered because I'm very experimental. I like to try lots of different types of things. So I've tried online, I've tried offline, I've tried, you know, the physical products or customers, I've tried brand partners, I've tried you know, adding digital products with the physical products, like more of a guide, more YouTube videos, more yoga classes, you know, more online connection between groups. And so I think all of that is really valuable. But I think over time, what resonates the most with me is in-person work, whether it's retreats, whether it's packages. When I meet people in person and I'm drinking it or I'm giving it to them, they're tasting it, we're having a connection, there's nothing that goes beyond that. And I find that I like to use my online social media to reinforce relationships that I'm building in real life. And if I get too distracted online and trying to like build an audience, I'll get so overwhelmed, because I have like 3,000 followers or so on something on Instagram, which I think is, you know, decent. But it's been that way for like 4 years. I got all of that following like 4 or 5 years ago. And then it's just been like, meh, because I just haven't felt inspired around it. And I got out of the rhythm of the algorithm. And so I think everything just started kind of like, it feels like the internet has kind of like slowed down. And then, you know, other people kind of, you know, getting like really big, you know, and so I'll just get totally overwhelmed and want to throw it out the window if I do that. So I like to meet people in real life and then reinforce through my social media content. Now they're learning about me. Now we're developing a relationship. I even give out my Instagram before even my phone number sometimes, because I want, if I'm meeting someone in real life, I want them to get exposed to more of my content. So even when I'm busy living my life, they're connecting in that way. So I would say that's really important discovery for me over time, is that I am a high touch person and I have to lean into that. Some people are more high tech, high touch. I like to combine them, but high touch is really the pillar of it. So when it comes to packaging, I would say, you know, you have to just go with what's true to you. There's a big thing right now around niching and, you know, finding your niche. And I think that's really great and really valuable and really, really important to find what is it that makes you and your brand new unique. and really sell your brand as opposed to necessarily Purium's brand. Because when people trust you as a brand, if you guide them and then you're like, hey, this is a brand that I trust and work with, they're like, oh, okay, it's just an automatic yes. So when they trust you, they're gonna just be open to that. And so what makes you unique is, you know, whatever your journey is or your story is, like how Rachel teaches the story medicine. It really is leading with our story at all times to open up that vulnerability and open up that conversation of trust. And so that essentially becomes your brand. Your story is your brand. Your story is your niche. What is it that you have gone through, or that's a passion of yours that makes nutrition just make it better? Like for me, the way I share Purium in my business is, okay, yeah, all of this is great, but if you add Purium, it's just going to make it better. Oh, you want to cleanse and detox because you're dealing with candida or UTIs. You know, you could try to follow all of this, you know, Google and follow all that information and go see a naturopath and try all these different things. Or you could just do Purium because it's simpler, it's better, it's faster. That's how I package Purium, is when they pair it with another healing modality, they're going to get better results that are faster, more effective, more efficient, and longer lasting. And so that's kind of how I pair it. And then yeah, you know, I started in nutrition because I did start in multi-level marketing. I started with Herbalife many years ago, and then got woke about ingredients and ditched that ASAP. And then Purium came into my life. So I always was kind of marketing myself as a health coach or a nutrition coach. But it took time for me to really discover what is my passion and my own healing journey. You know, Purium helped me immensely stabilize my mental health and my moods and my skin. And I also wanted more results. I've always just been an all the way kind of gal, like I want it all type of thing. So even though I mean, I would say Purium improved me like 75% out of 0 where I was at before, which is just incredible, life-changing, and will always honor that. I felt like I wanted more. And so that journey brought me to these deeper shamanic medicines, like working with combo specifically is what I have done for the past few years. And so that requires a lot of investment on its own and training on its own. And I would say don't get lost in doing certifications. I know a lot of people who they're like, I need to get certified in this and then I'll be official. You know, I had a girlfriend who wanted to share nutrition, and she got schooled at the Integrative Institute of Nutrition, one of the best schools. And then she had this idea, oh, well, once I get my yoga certification, then people will take me seriously when I'm offering nutrition. You know, so I was like, why do you need to do yoga to do nutrition? That doesn't make any sense. So part of it is just not getting lost or sidetracked, like following genuine passions and belief in ourselves, and starting now with what you have. Before I had packages, I was just sharing Purium exactly the way that it was. As I developed more interest, I infused Purium into that. And everything that I do in my life, whether it's volunteering, whether it's throwing a retreat, whether it's combo, whether it's going to this other retreat where I was just a participant, but by the end, I had informed people so much about so much, they thought of me as kind of one of the facilitators. And I was getting invitations from the facilitators to bring my groups next time. Because even though I was just a participant, I came with this energy and this knowledge and resources. We're all about, I mean, Rachel, you taught me this. It's all about resource sharing. It's all about connecting them with tools. And so everywhere I go, I connect people with different tools, and specifically Purium, because I feel that it's a foundational, I call in my life, I consider it a medicine. And that's how I talk with people about it too. Yeah, I say, you know, we don't say this legally, but it is so pure. It has a medicinal healing effect. It's so pure. You can pair it with any other type of either shamanic or Western medicine, and pretty much across the board, people are not going to have a negative reaction. They're not going to have a bad reaction because it's so gentle, but it's so strong. And that's a concept from Chinese medicine, is that it's very strong and effective, but it's very gentle at the same time. And that's a concept we just don't even understand in the Western world, is how that can be coexisting. And so when I explain it to people like that, where it's going to be strong and effective, but it's going to be very gentle, it's not going to create all these, crazy side effects except for detoxing. So if you're willing to get through, 3 to 5 days of headaches or sweats or not sleeping or whatever it is, you're going to feel so much better on the other end. And that's how I encourage people, after we've had different conversations, they've asked questions, and we're at that point where they're like, I'm like, okay, are they going to buy? You have to ask for the yes. You have to ask for the sell. You have to be very clear of like, are you ready to take this next step? And what I say at that point is usually encouraging people, I want you to feel better now. Like, a lot of people get in touch with me and they're not feeling good. And so I encourage them of, I'm so excited. I do an assumptive approach where I just assume this is so perfect for them and so obvious that they need this. And so I do an assumptive approach, and I'll say, I'm so excited for you. I know this is going to help you feel so much better, so much faster. And I just do not want to see you suffering any longer. I'm so happy for you. Sometimes it's that strong because they're that much of a yes, and some people still need a little bit more, support along the way. But I continue with a gentle, not a pushy, but like a gentle, assumptive approach that this is in your best interest. We're going to help you get the resources that you need. We're going to help you feel better. Don't worry. All you need to do is just rest and relax, because all of that searching you just did and all of that money you just spent and every single practitioner you just tried, this is going to actually make a real difference in your life. And you know what? If for some reason you decide it's not for you, there's a 60-day money back guarantee. That's how much we genuinely care and want people to feel well, is that try this in your body, see how it feels for you. And then I'll give the caveat with that too and say, in 5 years of sharing this, it's been less than 1% or 2% of people that have ever returned it. In my experience, everyone I share this with, it makes a positive difference in their life in some way. We don't know what it is. It might be your sleep. It might be your skin. It might be your mood. It might be your focus, and so I just get them excited about the results and pair it with everything that nutrition makes everything better. If someone's looking for healing, if they're looking for mindset or business growth, or, whether it's health or wealth or whatever they're looking for, having more nutrition is a foundation of them having a better quality of life. And so I try to take it out of cleansing, because I realized when I sell people a cleanse, they cleanse and they're done.
Yeah.
And then they get back to me 6 months later. They're like, I'm ready for another cleanse. So I don't even use that word anymore. It's a lifestyle, and really teaching people that and giving them expectations up front. Like you taught me this, Rachel, really to get the results that you want, you're going to want to do, plan to do this ultimate lifestyle transformation 3 months in a row. And I encourage people, just do it every month until you get where you want to be. And then you go down to the core 4, and that's how you maintain. And it's so obvious. It's so simple. It's like, if you want to get where you want to be, no, it's not going to happen in 5 seconds. No, it's not going to happen in 10 days. Stop trying to bargain with me. I try to just give them realistic expectations instead of asking them, to commit and trying to keep them encouraged. I realize, like the cheerleader thing, it doesn't work for everybody. My people who I attract, they want me to be really real.
Everyone wants you to be real. It doesn't matter who we are. Everyone wants real. Nobody wants to be, hyped or like sold to. Everyone wants to feel the authenticity. And that is what sales is. I mean, real people are successful with the more authentic they are. So, it's true what you're saying. And, you haven't been around, so you probably don't even know that we have a whole new website. We're phasing out iShop. We only have one pack. It's the 90-day. Okay, so the 90-day is the new 30-day, but no, it's actually still people buy it 30 days at a time, but the 90-day experience, it's a website. It's the Ult Lifestyle, ultlifestyle.com, and go check it out, because it actually automatically sets up your reoccurring order for 3 months as a 90-day, and then the 4th month is the core 4. It's super simple. It's so much easier than iShop ever was. We're phasing out iShop. go to Purium Superfoods and look at each link and see where you get. They each take you to a different website. There's a 90-day website, there's a 30-day website, and then there's a Purium Quick Shop. But we always say that everything that's in the Purium Quick Shop is just an add-on. Like those aren't things to start with, although some people will beg you like, I can only do the cherry juice, and that's fine. You can send them to the Purium Quick Shop, but these are all add-ons really. So like people to have a long-term effect, to like really, you know, I always like to say that we call it the ultimate lifestyle transformation, because we're teaching people how to have their lifestyle transform. We're helping you transform your lifestyle, because it's so hard to you know, generally for people to just do something where they're like, oh, because there's the 3 objections, right? These are the 3 objections. I can't afford it, which really underneath I can't afford it is the objection. I'm afraid I can't do it. I can't stick to it because of cravings. So number 2 is cravings. And then number 3 is like, I have these really bad habits. There's no way I'm going to break them. I don't even want to break them. I don't want to let go of my sugar. I don't want to let go of my coffee. I don't want to let go of all these things that I love. And so it's, you know, finances, and then it's cravings and habits. And usually when the issue is finances, underneath that is actually cravings and habits. It's like, well, I can't afford, if that's the one they're holding on to, that's the easiest one to say to you. And they don't realize that like, once the value is built, once they understand the value, they don't care how much this costs, because they're like, this is so worth it. I will rob a bank for this, you know, not that I would suggest it, but you know, it's like, I borrowed money to do this. I was living in my car, you know, I'm like, okay, who can I borrow money from? I know I need this. I was like, I knew that this was going to be the best investment ever. So, you know, once people grok that, everything changes, you know? Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I sell the daily price a lot too, like how we would always back in the day for about $6 a day, about $11 a day, $6 for the core 4-ish, $11-ish for the 30 day, I guess.
So the prices have also changed. So it's $12 a day for the 90 day. It's $12 a day for the 90 day. They pay for, you know, 1 month at a time. And I say you can also do you can continue with the ULT ongoing. You don't have to go down to the core 4. You can continue. I did it for a year. I did the ULT for a year. I was doing Tuesday, today, everything for an entire year. And then my health stabilized. And that's when I switched to like finally doing things like once a day. And then I was also still ordering like all the other things from the source, was like the core 10 instead of the core 4. So I think we can all relate to that. So thanks for sharing all that and your experience, Nova. I think specifically what I was really asking was, and I not that I wasn't not asking everything you answered, because I think that was all useful information, but specifically like to have, I think you sell your combo with the Purium as a package. You're like, it costs whatever it costs, I don't know, $900. I'm just going to pull a number out, but like, it's like, oh, it's $900 and that includes your dieta and that includes your combo experience. And so you've gotten really comfortable with whatever that number is. And you just like say that and people go, okay, because they know the value. They already are sold on the combo experience, right? Combo. I say it wrong all the time, but the accent's on the O, right? A combo.
It is. But that's, to even like do that pronunciation is really cool. Yeah, I did. The first time I sold it, it was a package that was $300 of my services plus a $300-ish Purium package. And I sold it for $600. And it was to a peer about my age, you know, in her early 30s or mid or late 20s. And so I didn't know if she was going to have, you know, $600 on hand. And that was a big deal. But we talked for about 30 to 45 minutes. I asked her a lot of questions and built that trust. And then she, you know, told me all of what she needed. And, you know, honestly, I was just like, honestly, based on what you're sharing with me, I really know that this would be the best package for you. It includes this, and it's $600. And she was like, yes. And I just, my mind was totally blown. I think it was like 27 at the time or something. And she was about my age. And so that was a lot of, you know, really big amount of money to me. And so I thought that that was really powerful to really put it together. And then since then, because I get pushback, I do get pushback. People will tell me, well, is the nutrition really important? You know, is there an option for a, you know, a lower package, you know, type of thing. And so I made it an add-on for a while. And that has been interesting because then some people buy it, some people don't. And but I really do prefer to do it as a package, as much as possible, and just force people into it, because at first I kind of went back from that and made it an add-on because I was frustrated that people would buy the package and they wouldn't continue. My excitement was to expose them to Purium, show them how awesome it was, but I think they were still having that cleanse lifestyle concept, and combo is also a cleanse, so it attracts people who want that quick fix. And so I try to add in education, and educate them more about lifestyle work, do more follow-up emails that'll continue to build the value of Purium even after they have their experience, reminders for smart orders or follow-up orders. So I've seen that it does bring people in, but you have to do the work to maintain them and educate them properly. If they're coming for a different reason, Purium is seen as like an extra thing. And so you have to use the exposure time to educate them and get them excited about continuing if you want it to be a reoccurring customer. Otherwise, people just come in and go out and come in and go out, which is great to get some customer, connection. But I want people to come in and stay, even if it's just at the core 4 level, or even if it's just buying 1 power shake on a smart order every month. I want to get people on smart order. So I'm really excited about the new websites.
This is really positioning people to get used to the lifestyle, to Purium as part of their lifestyle, especially when we have, and say like the 4th month is the maintenance pack, and that's like what you do forever, like that's going to bring you the majority of the nutrition you need each day, and then food is just a bonus. Everything you eat is just like for pleasure, but you got your nutrient base covered by the core 4. And no, that's Anne's jam. Like that's really like where she comes from too. And I see Margaret. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah. So awesome. Thank you. I think this is a great conversation. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Oh, I was going to kind of talk about healthy happy. This kind of leads into like the conversation about healthy happy hours. Because we started talking yesterday about events. I was showing everyone how to look at the Boards app and how to find all the information you need if you want to do a full-on event. If you are not like a booth, like there's a very clear way to do a booth. And then I know you guys with your matching cats too, like Tereshay and Gleneth, like your cats look so similar, and then you guys are like right next to each other in the box when I'm looking at you. It's just cute. Both of them shoulder cats. Like, I mean, I don't know, this is so cute. Like, cats like parrots, but yeah, I was gonna, first of all, I just want to kind of like open up to see if there's any questions or comments about anything that Nova shared. And then, we'll move into healthy happy hours. There's a lot of comments in the chat too. You can see people are like jiving with you.
I thought that was really amazing. I just want to say thank you. Wow, like so awesome. I would love to learn more about where you went, and that's an experience that has been on my mind for maybe a decade and a half. And so yeah, just thank you. Amazing. That was to my heart, to my soul. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Ellie. Ellie B is a new brand partner. We all found her because she was reading Dolores Cannon on YouTube, and like a bunch of us have been like listening to her for like a while. We've been listening to her reader books. And then she saw one of my comments where I said something to her. I was appraising her, and she was like, wait, Alchemy, Team Alchemy. What's Team Alchemy? Because that's the name of my YouTube account. And so she noticed that and was like, I want to be on Team Alchemy. And I was like, okay. And Anne was the one who brought her to all of us. And so then Anne actually found her on Instagram. She's like, I found Ellie Cat on Instagram. I'm like, oh my God, I want to follow her. And so then we were all like following her on Instagram, and then Anne started talking to her, and then Anne signed her up, and she's like, she started her core 4, and then pretty soon, and we were all like all of us were having our own conversations with her. Chanel had a conversation going with her. I had a conversation and we were all just talking to her because we were like, love her. And we were like talking to her about Dolores Cannon. And then all of a sudden she's a brand partner. So it's so cool how that worked out. So everyone's got to watch her. I
love you guys. I just got to say, I love you back, because I do. Thank you.
I love you back. Yeah, there's so much love here. It's one of the things I love about this team. So, yes,
I just want to say thank you for Nova, and thank you for Rachel for asking all those questions, because I struggle a little bit with mindset and understanding. I understand it's a lifestyle, because when I was diagnosed with lead poisoning, I had to make a choice to change my life. But presenting it like that and really understanding that commitment and investment and all of that, and not being afraid, maybe this is the piece that I'm trying to say, is not being afraid to create a voice and to say it out loud. And Dave said, work with the willing. And maybe that's the biggest thing, is working with the willing and not being so caught up in my bad in not being so caught up in the fear of not serving people or not being liked, or wherever you want to go with that fear, and however you want to say it for yourself. But saying, this is a lifestyle change, and this is a commitment that you have to make for a period of time. It's progression, not perfection, and that you work on it daily. So I thank you, because I needed to hear that today. Sometimes I just get on and it just kind of flows through my head. But I was sent here today to make sure that I listen. Thank you. Thank you.
That is really powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mitch. I'm so glad that that really connected with you. I often tell people, how long did it take you to get ill? I say, how long did it take you to get ill? So would it be fair to give me 90 days to help you feel better? Like, would it be fair? 90 days after 9 years of being sick? For me, I was sick for 9 years. I got well in 10 days, but I would have been happy with 90. I would have been happy with a year, right? My wellness came immediately, but it did take me time to stabilize, because every time I would eat sugar or something, I'd be like, oh, like back on my butt again, sick again, or eczema would pop out on my boob, or, this is like something would happen. And I was just like, dang, but it took me a while. So now I can eat whatever I want. Not that I do it all the time, because 90% of my diet is so clean that when I do eat healthy, it's, when I do eat something rich or, indulgent, it doesn't knock me out. So like really get that into your languaging. How long, ask the question, how long did it take you to get sick? How long do you think you've been building up toxins? I say the same thing about aging, because so many people, right? So many people accept age as sickness as age. Well, I'm old. That's why I'm decrepit. I'm old. That's why I'm tired. I'm old. That's why my knees hurt. I'm old. Everyone uses the excuse of old. It's not old. It has nothing to do with your age. It's accumulation. It's how long have you been accumulating toxins? So how long will it take you to unaccumulate toxins, to clean out your cells? How long is it going to take you to reverse the process? 90 days is pretty damn quick. And people will be happy with that. If you tell them, like, give me 90 days. You'll have results in your first 30, but it's going to take you another 60 to really get the adiponectin hormone. Like if people are going for weight loss, it takes 90 days for that adiponectin hormone to kick in. Right? We have a whole video about that. The adiponectin hormone, the quote unquote skinny hormone, takes 90 days. Right? So if people are going for weight loss, it's like, give it some time, right? Give it some time. And then if they're going for anything else, it's like, it takes time. They say it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, but to really, for what we're doing, I mean, changing your entire like cultural experience of food, all the food that you've spent your whole life eating. For me, I'm Filipino, white rice. It's like, that's our food. Well, it took me a long time to undo. And I also was raised Italian. So, pasta is big. And it took me a while to like transition onto like find some kind of pasta that was like whole grain, that wasn't wheat, and, all that stuff. So we have to give ourselves time. So yeah, thank you, Midge. So languaging, healthy happy hours, and booths. Okay. So there is so healthy happy hour is when you have a party at your house, right? It's like you can call it a superfood social or a healthy happy hour. And there's different ways to have these events at your house. The kind of like casual way is like you have people over for a movie, right? Have them all come over and see Game Changers. And then you have like superfoods out and let them all just try it, right? Or you have people over for an event, but you have superfoods out and you let them try it. Once you start having people, you have a team and you have like 2 or 3 people. Now, once you have like 2 or 3 people who have had changes and transformation, they're at your party and you have them tell stories. So this is sort of what I was doing during the pandemic. I would have people over and I would like feed them. I would make a big soup. That's like an easy thing to feed a bunch of people, right? I would make a big soup. Took me like an hour to make, and then everybody's just like eating soup. And then I would say, Glenneth, hey, tell everyone your story about your transformation. And then he would just like tell his story. And then I'll get someone else, hey, tell your story about your transformation. And they would tell their story, and then tell somebody else, hey, tell everyone your story about the transformation. And so then soup and stories. Oh my God, that's great. We have soup and stories. It's like a whole new event. Thanks, Nova. Soup and stories. So you could have a soup and story party at your house. Right. And then it's casually shared, and then people get curious, and then it becomes a conversation. So that's one way to really, really casually do this. Another way is how we've done it for years, which is the healthy happy hour, where it's more of a presentation form and you're inviting people over. You're saying, hey, come on over. We're going to have a talk about how to, and like on the flyer that we've created, like Felicia and Tara Shea and I and a few other people, we got into it in a breakout room the other day, and we created this beautiful flyer for the team on the boards app. And this flyer is, all right. It's time for me to screen share again, like yesterday. Let's see if I can do it more efficiently today. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go to the boards app. We're going to go to Team Alchemy boards. And then we're going to go all the way down to the right here where it says event flyers. See this? Event flyers right there. We're going to click on that. Oh, by the way, we've got diabetes tomorrow. I'm going to be covering diabetes. Last week we did Hashimoto's. We're going to do menopause at some point. We're going to do eczema and psoriasis and rheumatoid arthritis, and we'll do acne. So we'll be doing, these are like upcoming topics. So just so you know, we have topics coming every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 11:30 your time. So feel free to invite anybody to this. It's in the boards app, so you can send that flyer out. So here's where we keep the flyers. Okay, glyphosate on any plate is also happening next Tuesday. On Tuesday, this is Stephanie's team. And then we've got launch event examples. So you see this thing? It says launch flyer. So this is for launching events. So if you actually have an event, say you're going to do a healthy happy hour, here's the one we just did. This is what we just created for the team. So any of you can use this. It doesn't have a time on it. It's totally generic. You can just literally send this out to your friends. So for Allie B, if you want to, since you're brand new and you're in your first 10 days, you might want to use this. So like, let's pick a date to have your group Zoom, and you can send this out to everybody. So invitation to a group health reset, upgrade your health in 30, 60, 90 days, maintain health and wellness, commit to the best version of yourself. So we really let people know right away, here's what you can, if you have any of these issues, you can shift these: improve digestion, uplift mood and balance, revitalize your reproductive health, boost energy, immunity, and stamina, increase muscle tone and strength, experience clear glowing skin, relieve inflammation and pain, feel well rested, deepen sleep, enjoy vitality and clarity of mind, boost confidence. Free virtual event, RSVP for Zoom link. So is this pretty usable? Can all of you see yourselves using this? Yeah, right? This is something that anyone can use. So you can, and then you send them, you say, hey, I'm doing this on Monday the 5th or whatever. And are you available? I would love to have you come support me, and I would love to support you. And so you're basically, it's a mutual thing, right? So this is for a virtual event. So this one's specifically virtual, but we could also change the bottom here. And then we could actually change that out if you want. And we could put your address and your phone number on there, or your address on there, and the time and date on there, right? So if you have your address and time, so this is customizable. So I'm totally happy to customize this for you specifically. All right. And everyone's welcome to have their events on my Zoom, on the Team Alchemy Zoom. You can always use this for events. So if you're going to have a healthy happy hour, you can have this and send this out to anybody. You can also make a healthy happy hour that looks like this. Here's another blank one. This is for somebody who is a horseback rider. We did another one for her horseback community. Increasing energy and muscle. We were focusing on what things horseback riders might want. Okay. And then here's one that we did for Felicia. You know, she's super colorful and fun. Actually, the one we did for Felicia might have been this one. I can't remember. But anyway, there's all these different, this one was for Soul. So there's all these different flyer templates that we can use. This one is for calling creatives, calling entrepreneurs. So we can just change out our pictures in here. Calling all creatives and regenerative entrepreneurs, work from anywhere, core values, environmental stewardship, health and well-being, residual income, free Zoom event. So we can have our own free Zoom event where we're focusing on the business. Here's another version I did with Indica. So you can send me the template and say, here's the one I want. Can you like put my picture in there, and we'll do that. Okay, so just choose something that you like, and it's pretty simple. So some of these I can remove and put in the old file. I'll clean that up today. So there you go. It's down here at the bottom on the right, event flyers. So when you're texting people about tomorrow's diabetes event, literally just go to that, and then you can click the share button up here on the upper right. Do you see that upper right share button, that little, and then I can like send it to somebody. So I can just go, oops, what happened here? So I can like literally, so I click that share button on the upper right, and then it brings up this, and then I can literally just text that to Tony. Okay. There, I'll just go ahead and send it to him. So how easy is that? And you can also do it straight. If you also just go onto your text message, let's say I just wanted to just text it like this to him. Then I can click on my messages, and then I can, down here, there's that world button. It's kind of hard to see. All right. But if I click that world button, that pops up my boards. So I click that world button again. I click that world button again. And then now it gives me my boards app. So I click it a few times till I get my boards app. So the diamond is Team Alchemy boards. I know that that's my board, right? Team Alchemy resources. So then I can go down here. I can click the event flyer. There it is again. And now I click diabetes. It's copied. It says now you can paste. And I just paste it in and I send it. So there's two ways you can use the boards app and send it. Cool. All right. I want you all to practice sending this to somebody right now. Midge, go ahead.
On the Android, it's a keyboard on the right-hand side.
Okay. So it's underneath on the right.
On your phone. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Yay. Glad you love this, Nova. So I want everyone to practice sending this to somebody right now for tomorrow's Zoom. Who can you invite? And say something with it. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say, since it's my boyfriend, I'm gonna say, hey babe. Join this educational Zoom. Please share with any friends who this could help. I always like lots of emojis. Thank you. Let me know if you can make it. There's a call to action, right? All right, so there you have it. So those are the two ways you can send anything from Boards app. So what else might you want to send? You might want to send before and after pictures. And Nova, I meant for your before and after picture to be in here. I just discovered the other day that it wasn't. But if you look on the left side, you see 4 eyes funnel, the fire. So the 4 eyes are then following. So then to the right is number 1, then goes number 2 on the left, and then number 2B on the right, and then 3, and then 4. That's the business right there. That's how you do the business. You inquire, then you inspire, then you inform, then you invite. That's how this business is done. You inquire, ask questions, get to know them, build rapport, get related, and then you inspire, and then you find out, oh, they need something. And so you go, well, let me share a story with you. Let me show you a picture. So then I open this and I go, and I pull my phone out all the time and show people these pictures. I text these all the time to people. And I just say, like, here are my different friends. And these are all team members. So they're all your friends. Okay. Everyone here is on the team. So all these people, you can share these stories, and you can say, like, oh, this is my friend Anne. This is her amazing story. Let me send you this picture real quick. And I'll say like, oh, I just texted you something to your phone. Check it out. Maybe I'm on a phone with them. Maybe I'm actually on the phone with them. I'm like, oh, check this out. Let me send you this picture of my friend Anne. I'm like, this is her in a year. Like, she totally had a major transformation. Like, she was really struggling, like, emotionally in the beginning, and like just like exhausted, and she just had she had a lot going on, and she wasn't the Anne I knew, And then I introduced this
these products to her and like, look, she's completely transformed. Isn't she glowing and beautiful? Like, she's just like her confidence is back. Like, she's like the Anne that I've always known, right? So, you know, I might send that to them while I'm talking to them, right? I'll just go like, oh, here, let me just send this to you really quick, right? So I'm like always sending these to people. I'm like sending these pictures all the time. And, you know, this is somebody who has a similar story to Nova. And this is my friend, Tracy. And in 2 months, her skin cleaned up in 2 months. Nova's was like more like 6 months, I think, where she was really like noticing like a complete change. But still, like, it's an amazing story. Here's my friend Jilly. She's on the team. Jilly's a black diamond on the team. And, you know, anybody who's like, oh my God, I have eye bags. I'm like, okay, well, this is somebody, or anybody who struggled with anxiety. Well, this is Jilly. She was completely about to go on to anti-anxiety medications, but she is completely transformed and she is no longer anxious. And she has completely, you know, rebuilt her confidence, and she feels good as a mom. And even her kids tell her that they're happy that she doesn't yell at them anymore. Right. So have these little stories that you tell along the way, you know, like here's our friend, Naomi, like in a year, like, look how much she's changed. She's glowing. She's radiant. I mean, she is just like completely transformed. And that was a year, right? How long does it take us to accumulate? You know, so give yourself some time, to make that change. Right. And then of course, there's my story, as a bodybuilder, right? So any athletes, you can share them with my story. Okay. So there you go. And then if you're like, what do I say to people? Well, here's some scripts. If a launch script, if you're like, let's say you're about to do your first, you're like Ali B, you're about to do your first launch call, which is like basically, you know, your first virtual Zoom, so that you can invite people from even outside of Ohio, right? It's like, hey, Nancy. So this is my cousin, Nancy. Hey, Nancy, hope you're well. I wanted to let you know that I'm starting an online health and wellness business, and I'm having a virtual grand opening via Zoom. I wanted to invite you to come join me. Maybe there will be something that can help you, or maybe something for someone you know who you could refer to me. Either way, I would love to support you and would love your support, right? I'm asking for both. I want to support them, and I'm also asking them for support. It would mean a lot to have you there. This is optional. Like if you have me on the call, you could say there will be a nutritionist educating us and 2 friends with incredible health transformation stories. There's usually 3 people on the call, and you'll have at least 2 to 3 stories, including your own. If it's relevant, you can say 1 recovered completely from Hashimoto's, that's me, anemia and adrenal fatigue, plus lost 25 pounds, and now she's a fitness champion, and the story of the other, or omit. Would you like to join me at 4 tomorrow, or would you like to join me on Monday? So there's a call to action. They're asking them, you're making requests, and then you're asking like, would you like to join me, right? Who's going to say, no, I don't want to join you. I would not like to join you. You know, I would not like that. Right. If they're going to say no, they're going to say it in a nice way. But literally you're letting them know when it is, and you're inviting them. So guess what? You can just literally like send that to Tony. Right. You're like, just delete that. And then go. And then delete this. There. And now I've sent my script. Like, it's all editable for you. Like, you can just do it. It's like all right there for you. How easy is that? Pretty awesome, right? I love your enthusiasm. Ali's like, yes. Fist in the air. So go ahead and look through these scripts and think about how you want to invite people, right? Just get some ideas. And then Melissa's script for enrollment is something that you can actually print out. I would print this, but this is how you like basically, you know, there's a customer enrollment script. Thank you for your interest. I'm so glad you feel ready to do it for a nutrition reset. That's what she calls it, a nutrition reset. So if you're looking for words, call it a nutrition reset. Tell me, if you were to do this, which one are you interested in? So this is somebody on Instagram who's like maybe commented on your post, etc. Tell me, which one of these are you interested in? Gut health, hormone imbalance, weight loss, gain, or all of the above? And then they say all of the above, or maybe they give you 3 and say, okay, be honest with me. How much weight are you looking to lose? So you're like, basically you can look at this script and you can download it, click the download button, or that's an upgrade board. Sorry. You can print it. You can just click that. And then for me, I can just click print, and I'm going to go ahead and print that out. There, now it's printing. So now you can actually like look at this script and like think about how you might use this. But this is a very successful script. The highest paid person in our company created this script. This is what she used. I was a crown and she was just starting, and now I'm a 2-star crown, and now she's a 5-star crown. Like she like whipped right past me. Okay. So that's what's possible. Like people move at different rates. Okay. So hope that's helpful for y'all. Thank you for listening. That was like, we're done with our first hour. So now our second hour is just working together. And so I'm going to go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. I'm going to create 4. And yeah, are you peacing out, Allie B? Okay, awesome. Thank you for being here. Mwah. Love you. You can unmute if you want.
Can I tried. Yeah, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll see you Monday, but I'll probably be in cahoots with y'all way before that. And Midge, it was really cool to hear you speak today. What a cool lady you are, man. Okay, so oh yeah, and Nova, thank you. My mind, thank you so much. And Anne, as ever, so much love. I see you guys soon. And Gleneth and everyone. And Tara Shay. Okay.
You're so sweet. I love her. So yeah, any thoughts or any questions?
I actually have to go as well. I've been up since 6 working just because I couldn't sleep. So I'm going to nourish myself and come back to prospecting. But I just want to thank you so much for holding this container. And I will plan to be here every Tuesday through Friday morning. Mondays are still my weekend because I work a lot of weekends. And so my weekend, Sunday, Monday. So I'll be here Tuesday through Friday in the mornings. And just so grateful to have a place to go and show up and have that accountability. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Beautiful. Love you. So
Love
what we do now is people are welcome to go into the breakout rooms, and if you feel like you want to work with anyone in particular, or you can just be here on the main room and just be doing your work silently. And if you want me to go in a breakout room with you, let me know. Tara Shay, want to go in a breakout? Want to join me for a room?
Rachel, will you have a few minutes to go in a breakout room? I have a question about one of my brand partners. Is
Sure.
that possible?
Yeah, let's do that now.